Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Afrocentrist podcast, and this segment, The Woman, Her Story, Her Impact, where I get to speak to women from across the world, sharing their stories and how they are currently impacting their world. And today on the show, I have a beautiful woman from India who has a very compelling story, and we're going to hear all about it in this episode. But before we go in, if this is your first time on the Afrocentrist podcast here on YouTube, then I want you to click on the subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so that you're alerted every time a new content drops. And if you're listening to us maybe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you're listening to your podcast from, then you should look for our channel, the Afrocentrist Podcast, and give us a review if you can on at least like Google Podcasts. I think you can. On Apple Podcasts you can. On Spotify you can. Give us a rating, right? And you can drop us a message as well. If you have a question for us, you can also send us an email to theafrocentrist@gmail.com. But also remember that you can support the work that we do here so that we're able to continuously bring you amazing content. And you can do that by clicking on the link that is attached to this episode where you see buymeacoffee.theafrocentrist. Here, you're able to support the work that we do by buying us a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee costs just $5. And you can buy us more than one, okay? So if you can, buy us more than one cup of coffee, but one cup is also enough just to support the work that we do here. Now to the episode of the day. This is the time where you grab your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, or your bottle of water as we dive into the story of Lubna. Lubna is from India and she has been through a lot, but she is rising above the challenges that she's been through, and she's impacting her world by cooking, being a chef, and helping other women to learn how to cook. So she has this amazing book that she just released or published. It's a cookbook, and we're going to hear all about that in a minute. Do not go anywhere, and I'll be right back with my guest. I am woman phenomenally. Phenomenal woman? That's me, Maya Angelou. Welcome to this segment of the Afrocentrist podcast, The Woman, Her Story, and Her Impact, where I get to speak to women from across the globe, sharing their stories and how they are impacting their world. Coming to you every Wednesday, 4 p.m. GST, of course, with your favorite show host, the energetic EJ. So make it a date with me every Wednesday. The Afrocentrist podcast, proudly African. Hi, Lubna.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for availing yourself to be here today.
Thank you for asking me to share my story with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely fantastic. So before we share your story, I'd just like to ask you a trivia question just so that you relax. We're having a conversation here, okay?
Yeah.
It's just me and you, right? Forget about the cameras right now. It's just you and I. Nobody else is here. So let me ask you, what is your favorite thing to do in the world? I think this is a simple answer, but yes, let me give that to you.
From 18 years to 19 years, so I've just lived, slept, breathed, cooking. So yes, cooking. But I do also love animals.
Oh.
I love nature. So yes.
What's your favorite dish?
I love food. It's vast. I love all the cuisines.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
But do you have a particular cuisine that you make or that you enjoy? So is it like intercontinental, or is it Indian cuisine, or is it
I love trying a lot of dishes because being in the wild, you love to experiment, and you can get. So it's lovely. But yes, being an Indian and away from the country, you realize the importance of it.
You miss home food.
Yes, and that's what it is all about. My book is all about, because there was nobody to teach me. There was nobody to tell me. It's easier to get the patent dishes of all the countries, but the home food is home food.
I see.
I can really relate to you all. What you get in restaurants is always outside food.
Yeah, it can't be compared to what is homemade.
But what you've been eating, that's what you miss So yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now we're going to dive into your story.
Okay.
I remember, when I first met you at an event, a networking event, and you shared your story, and that was so touching. So I want you to share that story with my audience. How did you? Just tell us about your story. What's your story?
Been married for 19 years now. Had an abusive one all through it, but just lived it. I don't know why. It used to have the moments that something is not right. Every time it used to be inside, outside telling me that something is not right. Even though it looks wow outside. But deep down it just told me. And I was as every year was passing by, something was losing in me. But I couldn't have the courage. I guess that's sad. That's sad because our society does not give that courage. The marriage is beautiful. It's the most, it completes the person. Take it to be man, take it to be woman, it completes the person. But sadly, it's brutal. And it's just being told to the woman that it's okay. But it's not okay.
It's not.
It's never okay. And it's going far beyond that. Girls just die, giving their life and nobody recognizes it also. And it's sad. Why beautiful souls should die like that?
What was your experience like?
My experience was miserable, heartbreaking. But I couldn't get the strength because the society is such which tells you that it's okay, men are like that. And sadly, yes. And sadly, it's in all the societies. I used to think that it's only with Indians, but unfortunately, it's with all the societies. That women are taken just.
You're told to you can
just
do this.
Whatever. It's so hard because women do so much. We are competing just the way men are outside. Then men get to come home and throw his tantrum, throw himself. But woman can't. She's a wife, she is a daughter-in-law, then she becomes a mother, then she becomes an aunt, she becomes everything. And she has to just take care. She has to just absorb all that. And probably that's what I did.
So at what point did you realize, I can't take this?
There were a lot of points, it's when something is not right, it's not right from the beginning. But we are brought up, as women, we are brought up so smartly, I would say, wow, that we face it. The way we cover it up, the actresses or in the film industry, you make up and you become different. Women do their marriage life like that.
They cover it up.
Yes.
So in front of people it's looking great, but inside you're dying.
Yes, and it's with everybody. But mine was horrible. Mine was horrible. Take it to be my first year of the marriage. Take it to be the
19th
years. Yes, it was horrible.
Oh my God.
But I couldn't have the strength, and I was quiet. But when I had this split forehead open, that was just gave me a shock, and I was like, "You wake up. That's it."
What was that thing that woke you up?
My split forehead open. it was a pen. He hit me in the kitchen, and that was it.
Oh my
I was
goodness, like literally.
Yes. But yeah, so that was a call for me. But still, I was 20 weeks pregnant, so I was bleeding. I was devastated. But you know, it was, and I was shocked by myself that I was amazed to get up, gather myself, go to this hospital, and get myself fixed up. Because that was my instant, reaction, that I don't have to die like this.
Wow.
So I just said, no, it's not happening. But
What happened to your baby?
He's okay. Thankfully. No, yes, he's okay. That's what we don't realize it. And I had nobody. But we all look up to God. Then why don't we believe in Him? He gives us the power to become a woman, to become a mother, to bear everything what we go through, and we still stand strong. You know, my husband, I remember, not even a single, I never say that I had an intimate time with him, because it was always used to be that he had this thing to, break me all the time. Take it to be on the bed, take it to be personally, take it to be emotionally, take it to be physically, take it to be anyhow. But I didn't. Because that was inside me, I couldn't, and I was just suppressing myself. Like, no, I'm a wife. No, I'm.
You can do this.
Yes.
You change.
That's what the society tells you, but sadly, it's not right.
So now that you had that boldness to then move, what has life been like since then?
Oh wow, I hold it. The way I just said earlier, that grab the light.
What light did you see?
Believe me, organization, they just holded me, and that's the reason that it is there. Before I was devastated. I did not know, but before I could, stand up, I was shown that this is what you're worth it.
So you joined what did you call the name of the organization?
Believe Me.
So you had to go to Believe Me, which is an organization that helps women?
Yes.
Okay, and then it was while you were
there.
It's
It's an organization which just shows the light to the woman. It's wonderful. I guess every woman suffers in every way. It's just
different for
faces,
different women, yeah.
Different faces. I would not say different degrees, but different faces. But you should never ignore it. And as I said, grab it. God is there for everybody. You're not wrong. It's okay. And I don't believe it in the first beginning, because my trust was shattered. I couldn't believe that what am I doing? That just these thoughts come to you. It's very natural. But I said no. I have to take this leap of faith. And the day I took that leap of faith, I can see the light.
Wow.
I'm just blessed that I have that organization with me in my hand to support me, to hold me. And that's about it. And I'm really glad that, there can be thousands around you who doesn't want to grow up, who doesn't want to stand up. But God always gives you one. And that's how you get connected. I'm really grateful that I'm connected to my lawyer, Anjana Bhatia. Then comes the publisher of the book, Exponent Prints. Then yes, Laura and Eve.
Nice.
Wonderful that I met you. So the connection keeps going on.
Yeah.
And then you keep growing up.
So one thing I take from that is when you see the light, when you see that and say, you know what, where you are at is not the best place for you, and you step into the right kind of circle, right kind of connection, you begin to make the right decisions that will push you into the power that you already carry. Because I believe, like, even before writing this book, you're already a cook. You already love to cook, but it didn't occur to you that you could actually impact with your cooking.
And I could stand that I'm worth it, because there was so much negativity. And I couldn't help it. Every day, every meal, because he used to, he made sure that I am cooking. Even when after the cesareans, I'm sick, I am cooking.
You must cook. Wow.
I'm cooking, and I'm there standing for 6 hours, 8 hours. Even with after my 4th cesarean, I was standing there for 8 hours in the kitchen.
Cooking for who?
For my husband.
Why do you have to cook so much though? For what?
Because he had problems, because he knew that I am very good
at cooking.
Yes.
And so you constantly cook.
No, and he had problems. Oh, you cannot do this. Oh, you cannot do that. Oh, this is never good enough. But he will make sure that all his friends are treated. His business expats are treated. His partners are treated. There are families coming over. There are his relationships are coming over.
And so you have to constantly cook for all his guests.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that at least you loved cooking.
Yes.
That was one thing that could have kept you through that experience.
I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Right? A woman, when she's a mother, when she's a wife, I couldn't have stepped out of the house.
So you felt like that
I did not want
duty.
to prove him in that. This is my territory which God has given to me. Whether he accepts it or not, it doesn't matter to me. You know, there was this thing very clear, and that's what it used to agitate him. Oh, how can she be?
Wow.
And that's how he never used to leave a single second to, hurt me.
That must have been really hard. So then how did you, after getting into this community that has helped you, was that when you started to write this book?
Yes, she helped me a lot. So, yes.
How long did it take you for you to come up with this?
Okay, it was 5 to 6 months.
Oh, 5 to 6 months.
Yeah. Before I could realize it, she made sure that it's out.
Oh, wow.
Out. So
that you don't say no.
It was something, something you worth it. As you said that you knew that you're good at it. So but you never had the courage.
Courage to step out.
I couldn't. Because when you're a wife, it's still, a woman is still have some strengths. But when you're a mother, it's different. And for a mother, you can't be an impulsive one. And so it's like a click that, okay, this has to be done. So, but I'm glad that I took that leap of faith.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I thank myself so much. I thank my God so much for that. And it's because I take it as a blessing. I take it that I don't even realize it, that what pains I've gone through, it's okay. Because I have to live, I have to see I have to meet such wonderful people. And whom I know they're going to be there for life.
Support you,
just be there. I mean, I am blessed that I'm with such positive
energy
vibes
around you. Absolutely.
Energy around, so it's wonderful.
How are your kids though?
They're good.
Awesome.
They're good.
I'm happy that you were able to step out, take the step of faith, and come out of that. So that I'm glad that you didn't end up like many women who did, just losing their life for no reason. They don't have to. But
that's why I said I'm okay with the podcast, because I wanted to come out. Because there are people, and I want to request everybody. There are people. there are God is not hard. He listens. You just have to believe in our prayers, and when He shows you the light, just grab it, just hold on to it. I know it's very difficult to trust it because there's no trust in the kind of situations where I have been, or probably others have been in different kind of situations where the trust goes zero. I understand, but you have to take that leap of faith, and you have to believe in the creation. It comes to you. It definitely comes to you.
Wow.
So it's okay to go forward and reach to people. Nothing will happen. I'm not saying that it's easy, but hard is a blessing.
Hard is a blessing. Right now, you're still recovering
Yes.
from all of what you've been through. But what is one thing that you would leave with any woman?
Your past will never leave you,
Hmm.
but your past should never haunt you. So that's what I go on. It cannot leave you because that was your past.
Yeah.
But it's okay if it happens.
But don't let it haunt you.
Yes, don't let it haunt you. It's just how you go ahead in life. And everybody's got the right to live positively. We all have positivity in us.
In us, so we just need to tap into
Yes.
it and let
Yes.
it out. Thank you so much, Lubna, for being here. Guys,
Yes,
this is
thank
Lubna's this is Lubna's book called Lubna's Kitchen, where she has chronicled some of her recipes.
Yes.
Most of the cuisines here are Indian cuisine,
Yes,
yeah? So you can see, beautiful, easy to read, easy to access. You see the ingredients and you're able to try out these.
Yes.
So you can grab a copy of this cookbook, especially if you don't know how to cook. Or you want to try new cuisines, right?
Yes.
And you want to know how to prepare Indian food. If you're not an Indian that you're watching this, then you want to get this. It's available on Amazon now, right? Is it
Noon.
not yet?
Noon.
Or noon?
Noon.
Okay, so if
I
you're
just forward you
the link. Okay, so if you're in UAE, it's available on noon, so you can just make an order and it will be sent over to you. So I need you to please support Lubna by getting a copy of this. How much does it go for?
39,
40 there, so that's like, it's not even up to the price of a pizza box, right? 40 dirhams for a copy. You can get one for yourself and you can get one or two for other people that you can share. You can make this a gift, and send it to somebody who needs to practice their culinary skills. Thank you so much, Lubna, for being bold and courageous enough to walk out when you needed to walk out, and then to share your story, because I believe that people are going to watch this now and they will be inspired to, come out and not just be silent. Because I mean, recently in Nigeria, a very popular musician, a popular Christian singer, just lost her life to domestic violence, and it's really sad. It's really sad. So I'm happy that you're out and speaking out.
And
so
the sad part is, those miseries, people just finish.
Yeah.
You die
and that's
you're
it.
forgotten.
Yes.
So
that's what's now the point.
What's the
point?
point?
Yes.
You're a woman. You stand up.
Yeah.
You build life.
Absolutely.
You don't build the worldly way.
Yes.
You build souls. So when you build souls, why your soul should be forgotten. That's what I felt, and I'm like, okay, I couldn't.
You can't continue. You can't lose your
Yes,
story.
but I couldn't disgrace myself a lot. I've had enough.
I'm happy for you. And
Thank
I look forward to the amazing things that you're going to do,
Yes.
to the amazing lives that you're going to impact, to the other women that you're going to
Yes.
empower, because even this
Yes.
is an empowerment tool, because
Yes.
some women who cannot
Some
cook
women-
right now,
yes.
they're able to step out and then learn to cook, but also getting inspiration from Lubna's story here. Thank you so much for being here.
All
right, guys, this is where we draw the curtain on this particular episode. If you're watching this for the first time, if you're here for the first time at the Afrocentrist podcast, please do well to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so that you are notified when we have a new episode up. We have several segments on the Afrocentrist podcast because here is where we podcast with a difference. So we have Business Monday, Discovery Tuesdays, The Woman, Her Story, Her Impact on Wednesdays. We have Thursday live sessions, and we have Fun Fridays. So any of the segment that catches your fancy, please plug in, listen, watch, whatever works for you, and join us again next week as we come up with another story of another woman sharing her story and how she's impacting her world. I am your host, the energetic EJ, and I say have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.